what is the meaning of life? How should we live? And why is there such diversity of life on Earth? Now, these are some of the biggest questions in life, but some people believe it can be answered by invoking one word, and that is God. They say that if you believe in God and serve God, that will give you meaning in life. They also say that God has provided us with a code of conduct by which we should live, and that if we don't live by this code of conduct, then it's a sin against God and He will punish us. Now, the third question, they say that God created the whole universe and all life on Earth, even including the 1,000 species of bats. Why? I don't know. It seems to me that woke is the new God, and I say that because in the same way that believers call up the name of God to explain all the mysteries of life, these days, especially in sort of conservative circles, they invoke the word woke to describe basically everything that they despise, and they use the word woke also as an insult, which is a little bit strange, because if you say to them that human dignity is extremely important and that every person on earth has inherent human dignity and that everyone should respect that, they will tell you, but you're a liberal woke. If you say to them that one should not discriminate on the basis of, say, race, sex, sexual orientation, culture, etc., they will tell you you are woke, which is a little bit strange, because woke actually means to be awake, to be aware, and specifically to be aware of social injustice. So if you say to them that you should respect each and every person's human dignity, and they say to you, but you are woke, they are actually saying to you as an insult, oh, you are aware of social injustice, which is, yes, I'm awake, I'm aware, I'm not half asleep. Yes, there's a lot of people that use this word woke without knowing the meaning of it. There are also some people who use woke to describe it when political correctness has gone too far. Now, certainly you do get political correctness that goes too far. For instance, people who are concentrating on, say, gender equality, they might insist on you using the word he and she alternatively or all the time in any example that you might give. Now, so they have a very sort of pedantic way of looking at it, and it doesn't quite fit in with normal language, and for some people it just doesn't come naturally. It sounds a little bit silly, in fact. So when you do get political correctness that goes overboard, I don't think it's helpful to call that woke. I think then one should rather say, but sir or madam, you are now going to the extreme, and it doesn't fit in with normal language, or whatever the case may be. So in this sense, woke is just a sort of a general word used without really going into the detail. Now, there are also situations where people, and in particular academics, they say that, especially on liberal universities, the universities do not allow sort of right-wing people or groups to come and talk at the campus. And then they call that woke, and they say that is wrong. Now, once again, to use woke in this general way, I believe, is not helpful. And the real issue is there a situation of hate speech, or is it a situation where people are not allowed to speak on campuses because they have a habit of attacking the dignity of others? Now, this is a bit of a gray area for me. I would say that regarding hate speech is wrong. It doesn't matter who does it. It can be the far left, the far right, and everybody in between. And it doesn't matter who they target. Hate speech is a no-no. It should not be allowed anywhere. A university cannot be blamed for not allowing hate speech on their campus. That I have no problem with. Now, regarding not allowing people who has a habit of attacking the human dignity of others, that is slightly different. It's a little bit more of a gray area. And how do you know that is going to happen? Can you really ban that sort of behavior? Of course, one shouldn't attack the dignity of others because people have inherent dignity. But can you really ban people from doing that? I think, and that is why I say that the term woke is not helpful. If there's more of an awareness of hate speech and where people attack the dignity of others, and when that happens, to confront that in a specific way, to say, but sir, you are now using hate speech, or sir, you are now attacking the dignity of people, and that is not on. Instead of not doing that, to just call it out as woke or whatever the case may be, as I say, it's not helpful. So I believe this term woke is just a lazy way of calling out something in a vague term, and in the same way, basically, as people now invoke the name of God to explain all the mysteries of life. In the same way, that is an excuse not to think. I believe this calling up of the word woke to describe lots of things in an incorrect way, that is just a lazy way, an excuse not to think.